My top 10 safety tips I follow as a solo female traveler. I just went to Vietnam and Taiwan by myself. I went to a music festival and then I explored both countries all by myself. Now, this is not my first time solo traveling. I'm not new to this. I am true to this. I have been solo traveling since 2018. I've gone to music festivals by myself, different states, different countries, different continents. And these are the top 10 rules I follow for any solo traveling that I do. Number 1, I share my location, flight, and hotel information with somebody from back home, a trusted source. So before I even leave my house, somebody else has this information. My core family members are the ones that have my location. Also a bunch of other friends too. My dad and my brother, they're the two ones back home that get all of my information. They're able to see where I am at all times. I give them my flight information, when I'm coming, when I'm going, when I'm switching countries, my hotel information, my check-in confirmation, where I'm staying, how long I'm staying, the address of these places, this, that, and the other. So somebody back home has all of my details just in case something were to go wrong. They're able to track me pretty much anywhere that I'm at. Number 2, I only stay in hotels and in desirable areas. I don't like Airbnb for a number of reasons, but one, I just feel much more safer in a hotel, a secure setting. I also do my research into the most desirable places to stay. And sometimes this can cost more money, but that is just the price of safety. I will never stay in a non-desirable area just to save a few bucks on my hotel, because my safety is number 1, first and foremost. I don't do hostels. I know that hostels aren't necessarily an unsafe thing to do, but I'm just a 36-year-old woman. I'm not sharing anything with anybody. So hostels are off the list as well. It's how I do my research. I Google and I YouTube, watch other people that have been to these areas, like the best neighborhoods to stay for a first timer, the best areas to go for a solo traveler. And then I find hotels within these areas. And then I read reviews too. Look at walkability, safety, things to do around the area. Yeah, it may be a little bit more pricey, but that's the price of safety for me. Number 3, I always check in with somebody from back home. So in this case, my dad is the one I check in with the most. I let him know when I'm leaving the hotel for the day, like, hey, I'm stepping out, gonna be sightseeing, this, that, and the other. Sometimes I'll like send him pictures throughout the day. And then when I am back home in the night, like I don't tell him every time I move locations. That's just a bit much for me, but I just let him know I'm leaving the hotel for the day. And then when I'm back home at night, like, hey, I'm in for the night. Now, when I'm traveling, I'm usually in a completely different time zone that he's in. So it's okay if he doesn't respond right away or anything. I don't need nobody kind of confirming that they got this information. When he wakes up or whatever, he'll see it. But I always just let somebody know when I'm coming and going for the day. Now, since I am on social media, I do post quite frequently. So for the people that are on social media, this is the rule that I tell them, because I am a travel content creator. Hello, I'm making this video. Post a lot on Instagram, and I always tell people, like, if you see me, if you actively know I'm traveling and I go silent for like over 24 hours, like the stories disappear and everything, and you haven't heard from me, like something's wrong, because I'm traveling, I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. So if you stop hearing from me, then something is not right. Number 4, I don't always disclose that I'm traveling alone. I've seen both sides of the argument to this. Like, people say if you're traveling alone, like, never tell anybody. I go off my gut and my intuition. A lot of the times when I am traveling, I'm also going to a festival, so I'm around other like festival goers. So in those settings, like, I feel okay telling somebody like, hey, I'm alone. You know, maybe those are the people that I hang out with for the festival. Or if I'm going my way around the city on group tours and things like that, like I've told people I'm alone. It's even sometimes families have asked me to join them. Like that happened to me in Australia. Like, hey, we know you're by yourself. Do you want to, do the tour with us? I just go off my intuition, and there is a time and a place when and where and who I tell that I'm alone or not alone. And my intuition has never guided me wrong. I have been in situations where I'm talking to somebody and like it just doesn't feel right to me. So I keep the conversation as minimal as I can. For example, like I was just in Taiwan and I was on the train. I'm clearly not Asian. Somebody started speaking to me and they were like, where are you from? Are you just here visiting? And I just said, I'm from the United States. Like, I don't even get down to the details. I'm from Florida, I'm from Miami, nothing like that. And I just said, yes, I'm visiting. And I try to keep the conversation as minimal. And when I'm ready to tap out, I will. Like, I don't need to answer anything that I don't want to. I just go off my gut and my intuition when telling somebody that I'm alone or not. Because sometimes it is a way to make friends and it's fine. But other times I'm like, this doesn't feel right to let them know I'm alone. If you just want to protect your safety at all costs, cost, don't tell anybody at all that you're alone. But if you have good intuition, your body steers you the right way, then just gauge when and where you can disclose that information. Number 5, don't drink too much. If you're not a drinker, this isn't going to be an issue at all. But if you do drink, I like to drink, I like to partake, whether I'm going out or just, having a nightcap. You're there by yourself. You need to be careful. You don't want to let your guard down at any point in time. I don't do drugs at all, so this isn't an issue for me. But if that's something that you do, that you especially need to be careful of doing these things when you're around people, when you're alone or whatever. But we're going to talk about just drinking for now. So I do like to drink, but I also I'm very careful and be sure of how much I'm drinking, making sure I'm drinking my water, because you let your guard down, and when you're drinking and you start to get a little loose, and if say you're having a great time and you just let it go too far, you don't know these people, even if you feel you're in a safe environment, you're with people that you've made friends with, you just never know. You want to make sure that you're able to protect yourself and all your belongings too. Do not let your guard down. You don't want to get drunk and then think that you could trust the people that you're with and then your phone goes missing. None of these things have ever happened to me. Don't let your guard down when you're drinking. Yes, you can have fun, but just don't let so completely loose that you cannot take care of yourself at all. Number 6, if you are a social media user, do not post in real time. So I mentioned earlier that I like to post what I'm doing and all of that, and if it goes silent, something's wrong. I do like to post where I'm at, and we'll tag the location. If I'm a really pretty rooftop, I want people to see, you should come to this rooftop. I never post in real time. If you see me post somewhere with the location tagged, that means I'm already gone. And that goes the same way for my hotel, because that's part of my content, is showing my hotel experience, giving hotel tours. And if I love where I'm staying, which 9 times out of 10, I do, because I do my research, I want you guys to know the name of the hotel, and I want to make sure this hotel gets recognized for being a great place to stay and safe for solo female travelers. I will only share that information after I've already checked out and left the property. So the same thing goes with being out and about in the city. If you're going to be posting and showing your locations and where you're at, do not post in real time. Make sure you're already gone. Some people don't even post when they're even in that country at all. They wait till they get back into the United States or their home country before they even do that. I'm not doing all that. Again, these things and practices have worked well for me, so I'm just going to keep doing this. So just do not post in real time, but you don't need to be so drastic that you have to wait until you're completely gone from that country before you post anything. Just make sure you're still not at the location or you're already checked out from the hotel. Number 7, if you're going to a different country, you want to research the country's norms and customs and do's and don'ts. So for example, when I was going to Brazil, a lot of the videos that I came across, and even the locals that I met here in Miami, they all said the same thing. You don't want to be out in the streets wearing your flashy jewelry. When I was in Colombia, all the tips that I got was saying, do not have your phone out in the street. You're a target for these things. People are saying don't wear your jewelry in Brazil or don't have your phone out in Colombia. It's perfectly okay to have those things out in Asia. So just make sure you're doing a little bit of research before you go to these places so you know what to look out for. Know how to protect yourself when you're out in these situations, because you don't want to be a walking red flag in a place where phones are easily snatched up when you're walking around, with your phone or whatever. So just always do a little bit of research on these countries to know what you should or shouldn't do. Number 8, this also goes along with the previous point on ways to protect yourself. To make sure you do not get robbed, because I've never had anything bad happen to me in these countries. So if I have a purse, I like to make sure I have a crossbody bag. Let me show you what I mean. This is a crossbody bag. So when I have a little purse like this is a crossbody. That means it goes like this. When I'm walking around, this is in front of me at all times. If I'm on a train, taking public transport, if I'm walking through crowds, this is in front of me at all times. So if my phone or my money's in there, it's in front of me, it's zipped, and I can have my hands over it if I'm going through a crowded area. I do not let my eyes off of this. So I use crossbody bags. Now, if I'm not using a crossbody bag, usually I have a little backpack. I usually use this when I'm out for the day, if I want to put my water bottle, or if I need my umbrella. If I just need to carry a bunch of stuff, this is what I take. So obviously this is on my back. So in this case, when I have these types of bags and I can't put it in the front of me, I will use a lock. I use a little lock. It goes over the 2 zippers, and I'm able to lock this. So when I am in a crowded area, when I am on that subway or whatever, and this is on my back, obviously can't watch it. If somebody tries to open it, they're not going to be able to, because it's locked, and then obviously I would feel somebody trying to tamper with me. So crossbody bag, a lock for little backpacks. If you're in a place where phone theft is prominent and you just want to make sure that you have your phone with you at all times, like say if I have this crossbody bag, this is called a clutch loop. I'm sure they have other brands of these, but this is a clutch loop, and it just keeps your phone safe. So in this case, like I could put it on my bag, and then this part gets attached to the phone, and it's secured to you at all times. So if somebody tried to grab the phone out of your hand, it's attached. It's not going anywhere. Do not want to get robbed in these places, and these are some extra precautions that you can take. Making sure your bag's in front of you at all times, having a lock, having a clutch loop. And if you don't want to do any of these things, just watch out for your stuff. You're not putting anything in your back pockets on a train, or say you don't have a lock. Like, just make sure your bag's, like, you are watching it if you do have to walk through a crowded area. Do not get robbed in these places. Number 9 is always be aware of your surroundings. And this is a rule that you should just take note of anywhere that you are in life. Be aware of your surroundings. If you're a tourist in an area, you may have your phone out, you may have your camera, like my YouTube camera that I'm filming on. You can stick it like a sore thumb. Like, you just want to make sure that you are kind of safe. If you're walking alone at any point in time, I always just make sure nobody's following me, just to be aware. Have my eyes open, my eyes peeled at all times. Do not ever let your guard down. Depending on where you are, other countries it's more prominent, like where you're gonna get catcalled and all of that. Other countries it's not an issue at all. You may get stopped, like when I was in Asia, how somebody wanted to talk to me on the train and I just didn't feel comfortable talking. I'm like, shut it down. This is a rule I've always followed inside the United States and outside. Like, you don't owe anybody a conversation. You could walk away at any point in time, even if I'm walking through crowds and vendors are trying to sell you stuff. Like, you don't need to stop every time and say like, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. Like, keep walking, keep it pushing. You do not owe anybody a conversation. Do not ever feel pressured into speaking to anybody. Leave a situation if you don't feel comfortable. For example, I remember being in Hong Kong, sitting on a bench, and I was trying to film a video, and this man comes up to me and he was like, do you want me to help you film? And I said, no thank you. And he goes, I can help you film. I'm gonna be nice to you one time. If I do give somebody the time of day, nice one time is all you get. If you're persistent, I will either say like, please leave, or I'm not interested, or if they really don't get it, like I will immediately walk away. But other times, like I just don't acknowledge anybody. Like, you don't need to. If you're walking by and somebody's catcalling you, you're so beautiful, you don't need to be ugly to them. You don't need to say thank you. Just keep it walking. You don't owe anybody a conversation. So just in general, be aware of your surroundings. Don't feel like you need to acknowledge everybody that's acknowledging you either. As I'm editing the video, I did just want to add in, if I'm in a weird situation, so in the case of that man that stopped me at the park, I got up to leave because he just sat there staring at me. And when he saw me trying to pack up all my stuff, he says, okay, I'm leaving. And something like that, being aware of your surroundings, is also making sure that they do leave. Thankfully, this was in the daytime, so I stayed where I was. It was in a very busy area. I still was just aware. I carried on, I filmed my video, and when it was time for me to leave, I made sure he wasn't lingering around. Everywhere that I walked from that point, I made sure that he wasn't just standing around some corner, and I was just very cognizant of like, this person could still very much be around here. When I'm in these situations where I am actively trying to get away from somebody, I will like stay in a busy area or go maybe the opposite way just to see if they really are following me. Thankfully, nobody ever has pursued me on foot. Nobody has ever followed me. But if you feel like that, then stay in a busy area, stay around people, go the opposite way. Or if you notice somebody, like just pop into a store, stay just around a crowded area. And if you really do feel threatened, like seek help. Like if you're at a store or at a bar, like talk to the workers and see if they can help you get out of that situation. But thankfully, I have not been followed. These are the things that I would do in that case. And number 10. If you do find yourself in a situation where you meet somebody that you are interested in and you want to have alone time with them, that you're going to be out of the public, you need to protect yourself. What I do in these situations, I get a photo of their ID and I send it to somebody back home, a trusted friend. If something happens to me, somebody needs to know the last person that I was alone with. When I do meet somebody out that I'm interested in, I'm not posting them on social media because that's nobody's business, but I also need to protect myself. Somebody needs to know where I'm at if I leave the public eye and I want to be alone with somebody. I take a picture of the person, what they look like in today's time with their ID, because they may not match their ID. Send the address or the name of the hotel, the name of the bar, the address of wherever I'm at to somebody. Photo of them, photo of their ID, and the addresses that I will be alone with this person. And that's just the way it is. If a gentleman wants to be alone with me, then these are the safety precautions that we need to take. We have seen the documentaries, heard the horror stories of women that have gone missing in other countries or even in other states on these trips, and nobody knows of their last whereabouts or anything. If a person doesn't mean me any harm, they're not going to have any problem handing over that ID and showing somebody. Now, if somebody were to be like, no, that's crazy, I'm not gonna give you my ID, then we're not gonna be alone together at any point in time. Nothing bad has ever happened to me, thankfully. Those are all 10 rules that I follow for any solo trip. This has kept me safe for everything. I just want to encourage women to go out there. It can be scary if you've never done anything by yourself before. Do not miss out. I'm at a place where not everybody can come with me. Some people don't have the money. Some people don't have the PTO. Some people have families that they can't just get away. I have the time, I have the money, and I don't have anybody else. Like, I'm a single woman, so I have the luxury of being able to get away. So I'd rather go alone than not go at all. So I just want to encourage women to get out there and experience the world as well, because you can do it safely and also have fun, because you don't want to let life pass you by and miss out on experiences you want to do just because you have somebody to do them with. So follow these rules so you can get out there and experience life as well. Leave a comment down below of somewhere that you want to go solo travel, where it's a different state or a different festival, maybe even a different city, different country, continent. Let me know. My name is Alicia, but I go by Electric Ollie online, and I combined my love of going to EDM music festivals and traveling the world into one, and now I am dancing across the globe one festival at a time.